Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Fallen Detective here. And, of course, you know, like, la saison, elle commence aujourd'hui. So, ça veut dire, on va faire notre ranking wish-wash tout seul. Because Vince est tanné de faire du contenu avec moi. So, unfortunately, you guys suck so much that Vince got bored of making content. But, hey, I'm here to make content. So, let's just get right into it. So, il n'y aura pas de tier listing naturel, you know. We're gonna go down the list. And, ben, j'espère que vous aimez ça. On va commencer avec High 7, clairement, you know. L'équipe que la saison dernière a eu 0 compétition est allée en finale avec des substituts, a gagné sans effort. And, yeah. Alright. Ils ont fait quelques changements. And c'est des changements que je suis super content de voir. So this video is going to be in like French and English, so if you don't mind, ta gueule, ok? Merci. Alright, bon, on a Dals, comme on a dit, Dals. You know, avec les changements au niveau de du Elo, c'est plus oh je suis Gold 2, je joue contre du Diamond 4 à cause y'en a plus de points. Non. This time, you know, c'est un peu plus on va dire rétrospectif. Y'a plus de points, cause fuck that, ça a jamais marché. It's how Kalsiak slept his way to a victory, and it's how High 7 won multiple seasons with no challenges. Alright? So, on commence avec Dals. Honestly, a pretty good top laner. GP back in the meta, technically speaking. Got a slight, you know, nerf when it came to the riots. But Essence Reaver being a crit item means that GP, you know, you can get good shit done. So, you know, and also Dars has shown us that he can play the Gwen, he can play the Volibear, he can play this, he can play that, he can play this, he can play that, he can play this. We didn't really have someone who was a solid answer to Dars. Dars, il était même pas en finale la dernière fois, à cause qu'il était juste occupé, puis son équipe a quand même gagné. Even though, pour une bonne majorité de la saison, il y était une raison pourquoi High 7 était aussi fort. Next up, so, if I had to say, I'm gonna put Dars probably in tier 1. So this video is gonna go over the teams one by one. So if you hear about a team that you wanna hear about, make sure you just go to that part of the video. If not, just listen to the video because it'll do you some good. Right, next up we got Vince. Probably, I don't know, man. I am checking the competition, and I think Vince has no challenge. It's like Inspired playing against people who've got their screens turned off. So, my goat, la petite graine, là, hey, yo, il va te montrer qu'est-ce que 2 pouces va faire, you know, tier 1, jungle, S tier, baby, bismillah, S tier, Dars, bismillah. Alright, now, we got to Ebola, who kind of had an MVP performance in last season's finals. Kind of showed up Dars, be like, yo, I play Gangplank too. And he instantly just won the game, bro. C'était dégueulasse, man. Y'a mamadouné le monde comme il disait, get moment. And les Chiefs, ils ont mangé plus de marde qu'un hippopotame chie. So, ça arrive. So, you know, but I'll be honest, I think looking at the competition, you know, you got Mav Bob, you've got Strikey, you've got Duck, you even have my boy Sunez playing this season. So I think Ebola might have a little bit of a tougher time. I'm going to put him mid-A tier. Alright, next up, we got one of the guys who I ride his meat more than his girlfriend does. We got my boy Baba. Hashtag the only reason why DH Blossom did anything a few seasons ago. He then got bored of playing with shit players, and he went on to do fantastically in the Quartier Goon squad known as Adrien Vincent in the Prestige the following season. So this man, all-star 80 carry. Looking at his competition, there's Royalty, there's Alticor, there's Heavy, there's Chogun, there's Crave. I don't know, man. I think high 7 is like international level like FlyQuest rivalizing the Gen G. Like there's no challenge besides much better teams. But there are not much better teams here. Oui, on a aussi changé de format. C'est comme un format double élim, mais il y a juste 5 saisons. Il y a 6 équipes, il y a 5 semaines avec un double élim en comme semi-finale avec un losers bracket. Puis ça va être intense, je sais pas. J'ai pas vu le post, mais tout et tout, j'ai vu quelques petits snippets ici et là. Ça a l'air you. Ça a l'air you. But honestly, I think Baba, like, highest, like, the number 180 carry this split, at least for this tournament. And he's got the next person on high 7 was a really debatable choice. But I guess, this guy has peaked better than the other people you'd call supports on this team. So it's Mr. Davy Looney, a.k.a. the Yuzu Sushi guy, who still has not sent me a gift card for glazing this shit out of Mr. JC. I'm still waiting, bitch. Give me my sushi money. I said I'd go, but you never opened a location outside of, like, Zimbabwe and Somalia. So anyways, Davlun is a Nami one-trick. I doubt they're ever going to let Nami through because she's kind of good right now. But he's been known to, like, play Zed and maybe play other supports. I don't know. This guy literally has he owns a sushi shop. Whatever. This guy owns sushi places. Only plays Nami and Zed. But his Zed is not a support Zed. So, I don't know. This is like high risk. It's like having Barrel on your team. You never know if he's going to go the 0-45 Rammus game. Alright, so high 7. Probably going to be my expected team to win. To go 5-0 in standings for matches. And to be top seed of the bracket. And that's my opinion until we do the playoffs. The playoffs tier list in, 7 weeks or something? I think I should be able to do the playoff season before I leave for Japan. Actually, I think I might be able to cover most of the Eternals before I leave for Japan. But anyways, that's high 7. It's first 8 minutes of the video. And now we're going to be moving on to Control of Defeat. So I believe this was Love You? I don't know. It has Royalty. It has Zuruki. It has Roger Maniac. So essentially it has the same core. But they sent Bird to jail, who's now in Koopy Storm. And who the hell is the mid laner? I don't even know who the mid laner for this team was. I'm sorry. Oh, it was Rope and Stool. Yeah. I don't know if Kick the Bucket is Rope and Stool, but it looks like Rope and Stool has been rope and shared like Nicole in Class of 09. But let's get right into it. Roger Maniac showed us that this guy had some masses last season. He was not that dog shit at the game. So honestly, we'll put him middle of A tier in the top lane. Guy's good. Nami Schwan! Or as people know him as Doug Mabul. I feel like he's not a bad jungle, but he's definitely a momentum-based jungle, and I don't know what momentum this team's going to be able to do against what I feel are going to be the higher-seeded teams in this tournament. So I'm expecting a lot of basic engaged champions. I'm expecting maybe a bit of spice, but you know, just some regular basic bitch shit. J4, Jarvis, J4 is in Zalvi, you know, Pantheon. If they can build Sundered Sky, this guy probably knows how to play. I kicked the bucket, no info on this guy whatsoever, so looking forward to that surprise. Royalty, we saw he had some hands, but he got Omaiwa Mo Chien dans la Rue by Reg, who's in Nordians. So, will he have PTSD this season? That's the real question at the end of the day. And they didn't do that good in playoffs. So, first season struggles. I mean, it happens at the end of the day. And, you know, I got to give a shout out to Suhuk. Normally a frail enchanter player. You know, she kind of stepped up and played some decent champions last split. So hopefully she hasn't reverted because of the Diadem of Copium. I love that item, by the way, the new tier support item. I build it on literally like almost everything. But I would love to see something other than like, yummy! Out of Zuhuk, you know, like, because I know she's a really big Yuumi player. So, but who knows? Yuumi hasn't like really been competitively viable, but you know, like maybe, you know, I'd love to see some Rakan, Braum, you know, engage plus some enchanted. You know, it can be definitely good. Expecting to see the rise of support Lux, like actual support Lux, like defensive support Lux. I play it to a really high degree. But, you know, maybe these, you know, low elo players will be able to pick it up as well. So, overall, Control Alt Delete, I think, I'm sorry. I love Roger Maniac, but I think this is a team that isn't making playoffs. Like, okay, look. It's gonna be a like two-way tie for 4th place between Los Loserinos and Control Alt Defeat. I'm calling it. A QB Storm is 1st place for like 6 because the roster looks like shit. No offense. They have Mind Blow and Crow Dude, but let's get into the Nordians. Having a disappointing finish in the last season. We're at 12 minutes in the video, so now we're talking about Nordians. Alright, so let's just get right into it. So Reg, he's a Johnny-style player, but he's also like a carry for the team kind of player. He can play Super Turbo Split Push, and he can play for the team. So, you know, like this guy made set, and if you leave set open into a possible matchup, he will slam the shit out of it. And Omaiwa Mo Chien dans la Rue, your tank into your AD carry, and go, and then you'll die. So, honestly, I think, looking at the top laners that I have left to rank, I'll be honest, I say Reg. I think Reg and Bonzito are the only 2 people that can really give Dars any competition for, like, the Dars ego. So, I'm going to put, honestly, I'm going to put Reg bottom of S. Above Roger Maniac, because I feel like he had some better pairings. Pantera is a bit of a wild card. I thought we were dealing in Masters, but it's funny if we see Pantera here. I guess that means that what is it? Doo poo poo papa. The guy, the Iron Man, no longer there. So Pantera plays like weird and wacko jungles. Big fan of a Mumu. A lot of the Mr. Magic brothers are obsessed with bad junglers. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you can consider it a mental illness. Sometimes you can consider it the Gucci Gang sauceness. So I don't know. It's a wild card for me. Strikey, if he's learned more than 2 champions, I think he can be a good mid laner this season. But last season, we saw him get used and abused like his name was Aisha by the Prophet Muhammad. And it just wasn't even funny. I hope this man has picked up at least 2 more champions. Because this guy thinks he's Vegeta, but he played like Yamcha. And, you know, it's kind of crazy at the end of the day. So sometimes, yeah, it is what it is. Altacore, Ashe, Jinx, Kaisa. 3 champions he's ever played. And I think if those are out the table and he hasn't picked up anything else, I think he's going to be in la big trouble. Mental Boom. I'm not covering subs, but Mental Boom is someone I personally played with. And him and Z-God, kind of dog shit players. Not going to lie. I don't know. I feel like we got downgrades. But hey, con esto Quebeco, pone Quebecois. So overall, Nordians, maybe they can make an argument for third place. Maybe they can make an argument for third place if they can play properly and have like proper synergy and they've expanded the champion pools. But other than that, I don't think this team can make finals unless, like, you know, wallahi, there's an Allahu snack bar Zigzold from downtown and even Reynars is praying for their success. I don't see how they make finals. And next up, we got the Chiefs. Controversial roster swaps because, well, the top laner that they had last season was kind of dog shit. And Poo-Poo, who was like their team leader and owner of Quantum Esports, I guess they did not go with the team name Quantum Esports. They just kept the Chiefs. They kicked out the two washed players. And honestly, I love seeing Shanks. I love seeing Shanks on support. He's my fucking throat goat. But let's start off with the Mr. Junai. Mr. Johnny, push. Name of the game, man. Play split push champs. You don't respect that, you get butt fucked, bro. You gotta get turned into Aisha, being run down by the Prophet Muhammad, who's like, let's celebrate our vows of celibacy, woman. And that's basically how he plays Mundo. You know, he looks at the tower, he calls it Aisha, and he goes, yeah, but they couldn't stop! And then it explodes, okay? Long Tony, so he played with Heavy, actually, back when they were called Les Bûcherons. And I don't know if Tony was the... No, Tony was... I want to say Tony was either the jungle or the top laner. So, he didn't look that bad. Check out my Les Bûcherons Super Week. I think Mamago Esports Les Bûcherons Super Week. If you want more info on that. But that's like kind of the last time I really saw this guy play a bit seriously. So, yeah, there's not much known about him. Like, I'm in jungle. If you don't play CEO, you play gank. And I'm pretty sure this guy was like a CEO of farming. So hopefully we got some good stuff. All right, Maverick Bob kind of popped off close to the end of the last season with some like really decent results. Kind of taking the MVP away from Heavy in most of their team's matches because this guy, him and Shanks, you know, they work together like really well. And, oh, sorry. So I'm going to put Johnny, I think I'm going to put Johnny, like, top of A. Above Roger Maniac, but under Reg. Actually, sorry. I'll put Johnny bottom of A. So, yeah, I'll just put Johnny bottom of A. Tony, a bit of a wild card, so I'm not gonna throw much of a thing. I think I'm gonna put him mid C, because when I saw him play in Mamago, I wasn't that impressed. To get back to the Nordians real quick, Reg, we said bottom of S. Pantera, probably C tier. Strikey, if he's learned more than 2 champions, like I said, probably B tier, if not D tier. Alticore, B tier if he's learned more than 1 champion, if not C tier. And Mental Boom, man, put that shit in F tier. I don't know. I don't even know why we're not using Porte-Clés. I feel like Porte-Clés was a real reason why Nordians did so good last season. But anyways, getting back to the Chiefs, yeah. So we're going to put Johnny bottom of A. Actually, we'll put Johnny top of B. I feel like Johnny, I want to see a redemption. Tony, yeah, we'll put him C tier. Maverick, I'm ready to put. I feel like Dr. Cajon is better than Maverick Bob in pro play matchups. in jank solo queue matchups where you can, you know, kind of fiddle your diddle and say ain't no party like a Diddy party, I feel like Maverick Bob does a really, really good job. And looking at the last mid laner, there's Sunez, who likes playing really boring mid laners. So honestly, I'm gonna put Maverick Bob at middle of S, like right under Dr. Caron. But this guy is really good at like non-meta picks, like the Ziggs, the Aurora, and all these like random champions, and also the Valkars and stuff like that. So he's good. He's a good player, but you know he's allergic to playing great champions. I don't think I've seen him play Ryze, Orianna, Azir, Talia. You know, he hasn't played the staples. You know, he kind of likes doing his own thing. He like APA, bro. Alright, then we got Heavy. Heavy, you know, in the finals, bro, he got Aisha, bro. The Prophet Muhammad, which was La Graine, just all over. And like, quand c'est Jover, frère. But, hey, maybe he's gotten better at the game. I think Heavy was an A tier 80 carry last season. You know what? I'll put him in A tier. I think Heavy is still really good, but Heavy, you know, sometimes doesn't play for the team. He plays for himself. And while an 80 carry is supposed to be selfish, your team kind of has to know what you want to do. And I think they're still working on their shot color. It's like a hodgepodge between Shanks and Mav Bob, because of their like competitive experience together. So sometimes, I don't know, we'll see if we get the hullabaloo, you know. So we'll have to see. But yeah, Heavy probably middle to bottom of A tier. But he's definitely looking better than everyone except Baba. But Baba is just the GOAT. And then we got Shanks, top of S tier in support. My man, holy fuck, bro. This dude plays Zillion. He plays Bard. He plays them wacky boy champions, okay? If you had to smoke a doobie before you played a game, Shanks would be like that blunt, that guy smoking the blunt, and the lighter lighting the blunt, and then Maverick Bob would be the grinder for the weed, okay? Like, you hit that Zaza, you hit it real good. Alright, Shanks, show me what you can do this season. Don't fold to high 7 like your name is Aisha to the Prophet Muhammad, okay? And then, of course, honorable mentions, my boy fucking Stardust is on the team. Let's go. Automatic, woo! Second place team, baby. I mean, if they make it to finals against high 7, I just hope they're not going to bend over, spread their butt cheeks, and say, do me like you're a tier 3 OnlyFans subscriber, please. Because that's what happened last split, and honestly, I want to see real games. It's not, I don't feel like there was win trading last season, because it didn't feel like it was. But, bro, you could tell after game 1, the Chiefs, bro, had turned into the submissives. They were submissive, breedable, and like bottoms. So, show me more! Show me more! Show me more! Show me more! I can't wait to see Stardust play. If ever he gets subbed in, woo! We're gonna go wild on that fucking broadcast. Alright, let's talk about QP Storm. Or Q up Storm. I don't know. This roster looks like you smoke that Zaza, but that Zaza turns out to be like from a used condom that your mom used last week. So, honestly, this looks like the F tier team, baby. So, Gabunet, I don't know anything about you, but please don't get sodomized in the top lane, my broski. Holy jamoli. It's your job to hold the door. If you bend over, like, what was the guy's name? Worshin? Yeah, I think that was the Chiefs top laner last season. If you bend over and you just get eye shut, bro, c'est Jover pour ta carrière. Alright? Mind blow. I've been told, so Gabunet C tier. Impress me. Mind blow. I haven't told these F tier. I've seen F tier plays. I've seen that, sometimes the dude can play like he has hands. So, I'm going to put him upper D tier. Because this guy has legit thrown games, and he is a play for fun style player. So I don't know why you want him in a competitive environment. Sunez, the legendary Karma mid player, but can play control mages pretty well. Honestly, is probably going to be one of the only people giving Ebola, Dr. Caron, or Maverick Bob a challenge, probably, due to his minutiae of good matchups and stuff. So hoping this experience from Sunez is able to raise the roof just a little bit. I'm gonna put him as a B tier mid laner, because when he played for Love, it's not that he got carried, it's just that I feel like his communication skills were out macroing his hands. Alright, next up we got Krafe and Crow Dude. So Krafe, Heil, and Crow. Normally Crave had a different partner last season. I don't really remember. I think they played. I must be misremembering something. But this Crave guy, it seems like he has hands, but he's playing on a pretty dog shit team. So let's put him top of B. I want to be impressed this season. My boy Crow Dude playing. Hell yeah. So yeah, this guy's an Enchanter support player. Loves playing Seraphine. If he doesn't build Diadem, you can just report him in a custom game. Yeah, do that for me. Ariga, thanks. But maybe we're gonna see some cool stuff out of him, because I haven't really seen him he played. I think he subbed in once for what was that team that doesn't play anymore? Actually, I don't know. It's the game with Scooby-Doo. Fuck, what was it called? Oh, Twinkies! He subbed in for Twinkies. Alright, it's the Twinkies. They 9-11'd. It's just over. So, this is a 6th place team. 100%. If it's anything but the 6th place team, I think that and Control Alt Delete are going to be fighting to try and make playoffs. Because I don't think they're going to make playoffs. Unless it's all 6 teams that make playoffs, then playoffs don't really matter. But, okay. Then we got Los Loserinos, one of my favorite teams to talk about. Because it's got the homeboy Bandy Fro and Dr. Super Saiyan Carl. You should have seen this man against High 7. He almost did it. But Gwen is immune. Good. Gwen is immune. Good. Gwen is immune. It would have been the nastiest 2-0 against High 7, ruining their perfect record. But fortunately, High 7 were able to take a game win in their only match loss last season. Thanks to Dars. Okay, so let's just get into Banzito. So Banzito is either a legend of running it down at the speed of sound, like a Sonic 06 fan, or, he's like a white liberal woman, but who's been given the Infinity Gauntlets. So he can either hold his own and look good, or be a 035, the spy for many different enemy teams. I think he's personally funded by Ghost Nation for the international competitive inting services in Quebec. I don't know what that corporation is called. I think it's called Uber Int. So we'll see. Has Banzito woken up to become a human, or is he still a banana and rice player? If he banana and rice, then I think Loserinos is never going to get anywhere. The Hody Jones! I don't know if Houdini is the same as the guy I was glazing last time. Last split. I can't really recall it. Normally, I'm sorry. There's a little bit more prep. My boy Vince normally does a lot more for me. But he's a little bit of a bitch this season. So, That's why we gotta do it alone. Anyways, Hody, Taktakao, Chogan, My Sin, Banzito. And this is kind of like the same comp that we've seen, but Banzito, I'm gonna put him as a C tier top laner. I'm gonna put Hody B tier jungle. I'm gonna put Taktakao just above Maverick Bob. Okay, I'll put him under Maverick Bob when it comes to spicy picks. I'll put him above Maverick Bob when it comes to competitive picks. You know, Ori, Talia, Azir, Rise. Ori, Azir, Talia, Rise. Ori, Azir, Talia, Rise. This guy, known for good control mage gameplay, but seen to pop off with things like the Vladimir and all these other funky monkey champions. Excited to see, especially because Hextech Gunblade is back in the meta, and this is one of our Akali players. So who knows? Maybe we get that goose sauce. Alright, Choga to My Sin, you know, it's like Borf Majar from Chaotic. They can't play alone, they have to play together. They sell the game alone, they play well together. So together, they're like B to A tier as a couple. Separated, they're both F tier. They have like negative debuffs. They have negative buffs on themselves if they're separated. Because we saw Cho'Gath be used as a ward by Los Loserinos. And bruh, I'm speechless. So I think Los Loserinos it's going to be one of the 3 teams with QP, Storm, and Control Alt Delete that is going to be playing for that 4th seed to make playoffs if it is a 4-team playoff double elim. So hopefully, I'll also got to give a shout out to my best friend, my besties for resties, Amanda Whale. God tier anime enthusiast. And she gives good advice when it comes to playing Baldur's Gate. So, hell yeah. I look forward to seeing her subbed in for My Sin. Maybe once in a while, but I don't know. Because if you're subbing Amanda, then you got subbing a new way to carry, right? Because, like I said, you know, Cho'Gath and My Sin is Borf Majar. You separate them, they're useless. You put them together, they're usable. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this 30-minute prospect. I know it wasn't a live stream. It was kind of like last minute. Honestly, I'm scratching my ass in bed. And I decided, you know what? I got to give you guys some content. So hopefully I have fulfilled your content needs. I know it's a lot shorter than it normally is, but you know, without someone to talk back with and stuff, the conversation just kind of runs short, and I've just become the unhinged. Alhamdulillah, you come to Allah when you alhamdulillah, cause she comes for Allah. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. High 7 versus Los Loserinos match of the season! The rematch everyone's been waiting for! You do not want to miss out!